Good evening, YouTube. Austin Trench coming at you with another Transformers review. Today I have the Transformers Cyberverse Optimus Prime. This comes from the brand new and soon to be released series Transformers Cyberverse, a show that has a very distinct G1 look and is apparently adapting the designs from the IDW comics while making Bumblebee the main character. I was a bit skeptical hearing about this show, but when I saw the first images of the character designs for this toy line, I was ecstatic. It felt like they were truly trying to maintain the trueness of Transformers, that being really cool cars that turn into really cool cash grab toys.
Get it? It's funny because it's true!
The box is pretty basic. You basically have Optimus right here, who I will point out in the video where looks a little different than the toy we actually got, but so far his animated look looks really good. On the back you can see Optimus in his various forms. He comes with something called a matrix shot, which is what I will get to later, and below it you see his arch rival Megatron, which I may or may not get depending on if I like this figure or not. But right over here you can see the action attackers, which is Optimus and a weird Buzz Lightyear from Star Command looking thing, another Transformer who I think is RC, and Bumblebee. Again, I really like the fact they're going all out with the G1 look while still giving it a modern spin. Alright, and here's Optimus Prime out of the box. This figure stands at roughly 9 inches tall, and you know what, for a basic build and play figure, he's actually pretty good. Up close, Optimus Prime looks actually very faithful, although it is missing some things, such as some painting surrounding his face guard, as well as his top vent, which is usually silver, but nowadays toys are for some reason refusing to color that in. Maybe because this is a basic figure, or they're saving that for something else. But the smokestacks right here are well painted. They did a really good job putting the emblem of the Autobots right on the Autobot leader. I like the grill patterns. I love even the smaller details such as like the windows. It has this classic G1 look, which I'm happy Hasbro has finally decided to put into the character. There aren't even any uses of panel lining, which is good because for some reason this figure doesn't feel like it needs it. Although I really wish that they did use some coloring on the face. Everything else feels like a major improvement to many other Optimus Prime figures, but again, the head is the biggest problem I have with it. Now I know what you're wondering, Austin, why did you frame this shot like this? Well, it's to show you the ultimate flaw with this toy, and that is, well, its hands. They're terrible. Look at them. You can see the hand right here that has pegs to hold things, but this figure didn't come with anything. No, just the backpack that you put on so it can transform. Other than that, it's kind of ridiculous to have it like this. And the hands are being covered by the grill, so when you have it like this, they're either knuckle dusters or they're just like there. It just feels like his hand is consumed by the truck mode, and I think that's ridiculous for this figure. I hope along the way they release another version of this toy with a better hand thing, but you know, this seems like a step backward for a figure that's already in the right direction forward. And now we come to the thing that people always expect to happen in a Transformers video. Not mine, but everyone else's. The transformation. Well, I suck at it, so I'm just gonna skip that. Sorry. Alright, here is Cyberverse's Optimus Prime in vehicle mode. It's actually quite simple, but it has its flaws. What I'm talking about is, right here, you can actually push out the matrix of leadership and it explodes right in front of you in vehicle mode. The problem is the pack on the thing that's usually on the back of the figure is pressing up against the button too easily, making it stick out just like super quick with like a hair trigger. And that's not something you should have in your toy that's based on something that's going to be a multi-billion-dollar show, I think. But still, if you can ignore that, then you know, this figure has a decent vehicle mode. I'm sticking it out because it's hard for me to put it back in. Its truck mode does, you know, okay, and it actually moves as you drive it, see? See, look. That looks pretty cool in motion, but it just looks awkward, especially with the fact that these wheels right here, they're not even laced with any sort of rubber, it's just hardened plastic. And that's a very, very bad thing to do with a Transformers toy, especially when a little kid is going to be skidding it across his mom or dad's countertop or the floor. So yeah, the vehicle mode is not the best part of this figure. Alright, back in robot mode, Optimus Prime, he still looks good, but let's take a closer look at the matrix of leadership. I have it out here, and you can see as it rotates, as I stated before, when he's in vehicle mode. Now you can actually open these parts up, and you can definitely see there was a lot of good detail put into the matrix. I just wish it wasn't so gimmicky like this, where you had to have it rotate. I wish you could take it out of this, because so far from what I'm seeing, it's very well painted on this figure. Now, how do you activate this thing normally when it's in robot mode? Well, there is a trigger right here. You can see right there sticking out. And what you can do to make sure it doesn't pop out again is hold it back right there. You gotta press this as you do so and then release, and that keeps it in place, and there, you can have him. And then suddenly it can be a little hair trigger, because then something like this could happen. Yeah. So again, just follow like before, same verse. Alright, my final thoughts on the Cyberverse Optimus Prime toy is it has great articulation, great sculpt, and great paint applications. But sadly, it has poor hand structure, doesn't come with any attachments, not to mention the gimmick of the chest blaster being so easy to pop out, making it difficult to handle the figure. So other than its flaws, it does have something great going for it here, and I hope the Transformers Cyberverse line does do better in future entries, because so far from what I saw, it looks completely amazing and they're going in the right direction. That'll do it for Austin Trench Reviews today. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.